Alright, it's William Jeremy. Welcome to my channel. So if you're new here, you let me quickly catch you up. So I've been developing a game, and here is the recently results. So we can move, we can jump. We got like amazing jump and falling animation. We can dash. Okay, I also draw some dash animation. We can like stick to the wall and gradually slide down. We can quickly slide down. We can wall jump. Okay, we can wall jump and do all that. We got the amazing parallax background here, and I am doing the background using AI that I created. It's a ComfyUI node, and we were going to talk about that. And you know, when I'm playing games, there are lots of things that I want to implement in my specific game. Right now, the attack is kind of okay, but it kind of lacking this like specific like attribute for different character attacks. It's just like really small attack. I want to have some like full screen effects. Okay, like that, and it's like ultimate attack. It will have a huge character coming out, like take, I don't know, 1/3 of the screen and say ha, something like that. Okay, maybe that's just if you are a fan of anime, which I am, and they often like name their specific attack, give it like really weird name, and they have to say it. Okay, like this attack, whoa, some kind of attack. They have to say that, and they will like they would tell the opponent what kind of thing that I'm going to do, and they will explain the thing, the skill that they are doing. It's so funny, and it's a kind of a little quirk of anime, and I love it. I love it. I want to implement that in my game. Okay, I know it's silly. So every time when they attack, okay, when the player attack, some skill. Okay, I will implement that later, because the normal attack I don't want every time. That will be pretty annoying. Like, but some special skill, there will be a full, I don't know, half body image, like fine drawn, fine tuned, and go to the screen, and they will say like chanted some magical incantation or something like that. So Inflamio or something like that. I don't know, something like Harry Potter kind of a magic spell, and then they will like I don't know, full screen effect. I'm going to implement that in my game, but before that, I have to have amazing characters. Right now, the characters are like too small. I don't want this to stay the pixel level, so I'm going to use AI to help me do that. And of course, I'm actively learning. I also, if you are new to this channel, what I'm talking about, the development process is Code with Rinjami at that channel. You can check it out. Right now, you are in the Learn Digital Art channel, okay? And right now, I'm like experiment with a workflow that can sort of give it a pixelated flair, but also have some sort of realistic characteristic. So here's a workflow that I'm going to introduce you guys. So on the contrary, I'm going to build this from scratch. So you have to, bear with me. You have to go through all this model. But here's the thing. I want the final results to be something like this, okay? And it will have some sort of, I may need like a voice changer or something like that. So, I got a pretty male voice. But since it's a female character, I'm going to using AI. And I'm going to say something like, I don't know, like katana. I'm not sure. It's just some silly name. And she will like chant it. You will have to speak it out, like shout it. And then this generated, I'm going to generate a lot of things, and I'm going to manually change it. And we'll take the, I don't know, 1/3 part of the screen here. And then they will have a really impactful text here, like katana, and then do something like combo skill katana, like like that. I know it's silly, but I want to implement that. And yeah, let's go back. Let's not get over ourselves. Let's go back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use ComfyUI to actually combine the original realistic model and make it pixelized. And you can, combine multiple models, and you can change different prompts, given different weight. So as you guys can see, let's just get rid of this. Okay. So if I get like 100% realistic model, I will get something like this. Okay, it's pretty. It's not like really realistic per se. It's like more like a digital art, called sort of an illustration. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's kind of not in my game style. Because if you think about this, so if I just crop it out and put it inside of here, I do something like this. It's kind of not okay. Unless like you're using, I've seen a lot of games that like using 3D asset, but put that in the 2D space. It's kind of okay in that sense, but this is too pixelated. My game is too pixelated to use a really fine asset like this. So if I use completely, by the way, this model is using a Dream Shaper. Okay, if I use that, I use the same prompt, I'll get this model. But I want to have a sort of a pixelated style. So if I use the exact same prompt, using the exact same seed, I will get something like this. The attribute is almost the same because the base model is the same. It's just different LoRa, different train, different model. Okay, it's not different LoRa, just different base model, but it's a trained. So you get something like this, but it's kind of too pixelated, if you will. It's already pretty good, but I want to have some sort of a realistic flair. So if I'm doing the half and half, I'll get something like this. So semi-realistic, semi-pixel art. It even get some sort of a painterly, but using like a pixelated, like square. I love this, but I want it to have more pixelated, so I crank it up a little bit, and I cranked the pixelated to I don't know, 80%. But I also want to keep like some part of the realistic model, so I get result like this. And I love this. So yeah, enough about all this demonstration. I'm going to build that from scratch. And by the way, if you want to follow along, if you want to like using you don't want to install like a computer, or you don't have that specific spec, you can download the Colab that I provided, and you can join the Patreon. I already pinned. If you join Patreon, you can see the pinned post, and in here, all the workflow I'm already demonstrating the video. I'm going to upload it. Okay, you can use that for free, and of course you can use the notebook that I modified, so you can actually run that. If you subscribe to Colab, you can just run that, install that, and mount your own Google Drive, and you can run that and test this out. Okay, so let's get started. So I start a new instance. So in order to actually achieve this, we are going to use a technique called the model merging. So basically, we are going to use like model that is already been trained. So why using a specific model for a specific thing? Of course, you can do that, but sometimes you just want some of the touches from one model, and the rest of it will be this model. You want just to quickly test it out. You don't want to like commit too much to actually train a specific model for that, because you have to got a lot of data, and you have spent hours and hours training. You don't want that. You just quickly want testing that. You can do something like this. Right now, I want to mainly output the pixel art, but I also want to just add a little bit of flair of realism. So that's the technique that I'm going to use. So let's get started. So I got this workflow like this. And what I'm going to do is to right now load the checkpoint. So first, right now, this checkpoint will be something like this. Let me just give you guys a little bit of space. And I'm going to put myself a little bit below. Okay, so the check space, this will be the model that I want to add a tiny little bit. So I love this model called Dream Shaper. Okay, they give you like a digital painting sort of flair. I love this model, and let me show you the Dream Shaper. In I believe it's yeah, it gives you something like this. Let me just drag it here. So this is a Dream Shaper's result. So I love this kind of a realism, but also some sort of like a painterly feel. And yeah, I love this. So I'm going to load this model, but I'm not going to use 100% of this. Okay, just I don't know, 20 or 30%. And of course, I'm going to load the pixel model that I introduced you guys from last video. Okay, so if you did not see that, please check it out. So I'm going to load checkpoint, and I'm going to choose anything is more like a anime sort of model, but I want a pixel experiment model. Okay, so once you got that, you're going to mix. It's like you just imagine you're a DJ now. You're going to mix things up, and yeah, let's do it. So how to mix things? We can use a model merge. So basically, we got two model. You generate all these random things trained by the model. I'm going to mix them up a little bit. Okay, you mix them up, and then you put that to the sampler. So really simple logic here. So what I'm going to do right now, let's just move. I'm going to move all the thing a little bit away. Okay, a little bit away so I can get more space. And right now we got model, and we got another model. So I'm going to use a model merge. CR apply model merge. Well, I think simple model merge will suffice. Let's just search more. Yeah, model merge simple. Okay, really simple note here. Of course, you can use complex, but it's unnecessary. We don't want to overcomplicate things. So right now, the simple, we just give you two models. Okay, so really simple one here. You just plug one model in model one, the other model to model two. But this kind of is flipped. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you how to solve this problem. But right now, I'm going to link this model to model 1. Since I already put this, and another one to model 2. The ratio, you don't need to memorize that because it's a kind of useless to memorize a tool. You just know that you can always test it out. Okay? And here comes to the clip. Of course, you can also use the clip merge. So, you know, same clips can have different effects based on different model. So you have to know that. So you can use clip merge to actually decide which kind of model will influence. You know, same clip. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, so same clip. Okay, same clip, same prompt, different model will give you very different outputs. So for example, let me just I believe I got this yeah, previously I closed that, sorry about it. So previously I got like a pixel is more like front. Okay, so if you use this exact same prompt, the pixel model will give you like a front. It's weird, but it's kind of okay. But the Dream Shaper will give you more like this, like a portrait. Okay, because you know you go to the you take the photo. Most of the time, human will give you like a portrait. So it's a sign because it can like make the attributes of the face more outstanding. So exact same prompt will give you different kind of output. So yeah, I play around with this a little bit. So if you wanted the character to more front without using any control nets or sort of like a rig, open post and all that, you can just use this to control whether the person's placing side or front. It's amazing. And you can place so much more. So this specific two model, the single difference is different like orientation, okay, like facing different direction. Different model maybe have a different thing. So for example, if the one model will give you like a really drastic poses, the other model will give you like something like really dumb stuff here. You want more stress, you can just make it more weighted to another model, okay? And you can do this without actually training things, without actually like rake or using some like open pose or something like that, without actually make a depth map or whatever thing that you want control or give some reference. You can already do that. That's amazing. So sometimes you don't need to have a really complex solution. Sometimes you just do fine tuning things, and it's already pretty powerful. Let's go back. So we already mixed the model, but we did not mix the clip. So what I'm going to do, I think you already know that. You can merge the clip as well. So what I'm going to do is to search another for clip merge, maybe. Yeah, clip merge simple. So you can decide which clip you want more. You can mix it up. You can reduce it. And remember, the up model go model 1, the below model go model 2. So the same goes for the clip. So this will go clip 1, and this will go clip 2. Okay? So once you're done with that, we now have one model, one clip, just as if we got one model, one clip. You start with one model, you're going to get this one model. But right now I got two. So imagine this. You can sort of treat this as one model right now. Okay? So sometimes, you may think that building a ComfyUI workflow is so difficult. It's so hard to understand. But the reason I build step by step rather than just to build it and say that to you is I really want you to understand and build yourself, because it's not difficult at all. It's just a crappy version of visual scripting. So if you, by the way, I'm like building a lot of games, and I'm a programmer. Okay, I got a channel called Code with Udemy, and if you like using Blender or using Unreal Engine, we got a lot of like scriptable node, and you can actually manually script all this logics. So this is like a crappy version of that, and have a really horrible dependency management system. And if you a developer, if you know a little bit about coding, you know what I'm talking about. It's improving, but I think it's in the media stage and a pretty crappy system. Maybe got some Docker or something like that. It would be better. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so you can sort of treat this two, model, clip, VAE. So these two, we got a model, clip. So you can sort of combine this together. Okay, of course you can like create a group or something like that. Okay, and you can just put everything inside. Of course you can do that. But right now I think let's just get rid of this, because you don't need this like overcomplicate things. But I want you guys to sort of treat this as one thing. Yeah, let's just add a group. Okay, let's add a group and make this a like combined model. Okay, so let's just put these two together as a combined model. Okay, so yeah, just sort of treat this as one node. And VAE, right now, we don't need it. Okay, you don't need the VAE from the model here. We don't need VAE from model here. Why is that? We have got the VAE. So we are lacking a VAE, and we are going to load a customized VAE ourselves. So it's just like really simple one, right? You treat this as a model, but this model is a special model without VAE. So I'm going to load the VAE. Really simple one, okay? So load VAE loader. Sorry, it's not shouldn't be a checkpoint. I don't know why. Maybe I like typing too quickly. Load VAE here. Really simple one, and you can choose one that you like. Let me choose this one. Okay. So if you combine all this together, you can even like make this together. So model, clip, and VAE, right? Model, clip, VAE. This is just a one model, and this is combined model. Okay, and of course you can like load multiple things, more than one model, two model. You can like mix it up and treat all this as one model, and then you can load a checkpoint, right? I can then mix it up. You can do 100, 1,000 things. Doesn't really matter. I just want to show you the basic combine. Okay, so this was just a one model, so you can just ignore everything at the left and treat this as a beginning of the workflow. Okay, so at the beginning of the workflow, we got a model, we got a clip, we got a VAE. Really simple one. You just need to like combine this into a sampler. Okay, so if you look at the original model here, the sampler is here. So I'm going to put it inside here. Just put this clip just far away. Okay, a little bit far away, so you guys know that we are dealing with the sampler. So if you look at the sampler, we got a model input, we got positive and negative, so it will be the clip input, and we also need a latent. The latent image right now is 512, and let's change a little bit. I love this 512 and 768. So you got a portrait mode, okay? Because that's exactly what I need. Okay, it's just 1/3 of the screen, a portrait. So I'm going to do that. So we solved the latent image, and there's a positive prompt as well as a negative prompt. So if you look at here, we trace it back, here, and then everything will be just got like all wrangled up here, which is pretty weird, right? So first, the VAE, we don't want to got this VAE because this do not have a VAE, this do not have a VAE, and we already load the VAE at here. So what I'm going to do is to just disconnect the VAE here, so it got not so messed up. Okay, I'm going to like move it way wider. And if you look here, we got the clip. Okay, we got clip that connect to here as well as clip connect to here. So these two we actually don't need because we already got one clip all the way to the clip merge, and this clip to clip merge. So we treat this as an initial model. So this clip should go here and then go up and down. So it shouldn't be like start from this model like pre-merge model, but rather it should be the combined model. Okay, I think that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is to disconnect these two, and instead of using the pre-combined model, I'm going to go back here using the combined model. So this is just much more better, so much better and much more clear. Okay, the workflow doesn't matter. I want you guys to truly understand and have a like solving problem logically. So we got positive and negative, okay, because all this need to be connected to the case sampler, and the case sampler need to get a positive and negative. So basically we got like two clip inputs. Right now this is just one model, right? Yeah, I think you got an idea. We are going to plug using this clip here. So the clip will not only go back to here, but also go back to here. So one for positive, the other for negative. And this positive and negative will just go to the case sampler, right? And it seems that everything is already satisfied. The model, we don't model here. We don't need model here, so sorry. The model, we need to disconnect it. And remember, this is our combined merged model, and we are going to plug the model here. Okay, model positive, negative, and latent. We already got an empty latent image. Let's sounds pretty good. We get case sampler, and we got a decode. We save the image. Of course, we can preview, but if you save it, you can already see that. Okay, so yeah, pretty good right now. Oh, VAE, yeah, this is VAE. Need the VAE here. Don't forget, we got the VAE here. So I'm going to just adding a reroute and plug it here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much it. And it's a good time to actually test it, but you may have noticed the sidebars go. Okay, so if you watch my previous video, I believe it's something like this. I believe it's like something about how to I would not stop wasting your time. If you want to know the detail, you can check it out right now. Let me quickly show you. If the sidebar's gone, normally it's some rendering problem, so you have to like zoom it to pretty small, okay, and then you're going to like zoom it out and then make it full screen, something like that. Or sorry, I think I need to like it. Sorry, I need to like zoom it in. Yeah, something like that, and then you can like scroll this. Can I just okay? Yeah, sometimes you need to like do that and then reset. Yeah, that's the way. And then you solve it, okay? And then you can like zoom in out. Right now, I think it's already pretty good. Everything seems to already settled. I'm going to fix this control after generation because I want to quickly test things and I want it to be controlled. And right now, all this is just a 1. Okay? So what I'm going to do is to just use the 1 and start our first generation. Okay? So let's just wait and see the results. Okay, so loading checkpoint is like spend a little time. I'm going to pause it here and show the result later. Okay, so yeah, the loading model will spend a little bit of time, but after it's loaded, everything's fine. So right now we got something like this. So let me change the feed size so you guys can see. Okay, this is definitely Dream Shapers work, and so you already know this 1 represents Dream Shaper, which is the first model that you plug in. So if you turn that to 0 and turn this to 0 as well, it will absolutely get a pixelated but using the exact same prompt. Let me show you. So as you can see, it's from, and it's pretty promising. So you guys can compare these two, just to make this a little bit bigger. First generation and second generation. And I'm going to make myself a little bit away from this image. So here, yeah, pretty good. Results pretty good. So you got this like painterly style, like semi-realistic, semi-painterly style, and like pixelated style. Of course, then you can play around. And I believe previously my prompt is something like let me search for it. So my character is a beautiful girl, red long hair, holding sword and wearing blue body armor, red belt. Okay, text watermark, yeah. And then if I use this, it will just give me a pixelated image. I love this. Just wait it out. All right, pretty good. And of course, you can generate it multiple times. But here comes the amazing part. You can combine these two together. If you use 0.5 and this use 0.5, you get a semi-pixelated, semi-realistic. Let's see the result. Okay, and obviously the like realistic is pretty strong, so it sort of give you like not realistic but sort of uncanny thing. So that really depends on you. If you love this style, you can use it. If you don't like it, you can change it by just move a little bit to the second. And by the way, it's kind of counterintuitive. You have to go lower. So maybe 0. I don't know, 0.2. And this, if you love this pose, you can just fix the 0.5. Okay? But if you love the model, you change that to 0.2. Let me just change a little bit to just make a point. So the clip is not changing, but the model is changing. So you will like more likely to hold this pose, but in a more pixelated style. Right, the pose is almost the same. Here's a little bit different, and you can already see it's more pixelated. And you can like change it to, I don't know, 4.1. Okay, I believe you can get a more prominent pixelated. And of course you can then later use the case sampler as another latent and plug that into another case sampler and do multiple process. That really depends on you, but I think this already making a point. And of course, remember when I say if you love this pose, don't change it. If you don't like it, you want it more, the first, so it's a more like the dream shaper kind of a pose, you're gonna do something like this. So remember, 1 is for this model, so I'm going to increase that to, I don't know, 0.9, okay? So you can get more of the clip influence of the first model, but more of the style of the second model. Let me show you. So this is really, really like the first dream shaper sort of style. It's like portrait. The movement is pretty good, okay? And yeah, in fact, I think this is better than this one because the hand, the movement is better, but the sword is kind of weird because she shouldn't have a sword here. So you have to modify that, and the sword behind is not like fully drawn, or before it's not fully drawn. You have to modify that. So as an artist, your job, my job is not done yet. I have to incorporate that, I have to modify that, and make it a workable asset, and import that to the game, and continue the game development. But it's kind of give me a interesting, viewpoint. You can use a different style and combine and mix them together and make different assets for different specific settings. So for example, I think semi-realistic pixel art is suitable for a specific moment in that game. I'm going to create that. So yeah, hope this video helps, and don't forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And I got a lot of workflow right now, so if you want to download that without following all of this video, you just want to use it, please join the Patreon. I ping the all the workflow at the top, so you can download that. And by the way, if you want to download the source code and want to know the development process of my game, of my app, the best way to support me is to go to Code with Udemy and join the Patreon. Or I also have some specific bootcamp that you can join. So yeah, thanks for your guys' support, and see you next video. Bye.